Hello everyone, this is Ashley Tucker. Thank you for joining me today. Today's video is part of a special blog hop for the Tonic Studios Garden Party release. There's a pretty awesome giveaway with this blog hop, so make sure you head over to my blog post. I'll have that linked down below if you want to find out more about that, as well as get a 15% off coupon for Tonic Studios. So this stamp set that I'm using is called Celebrate Life, and I took a bunch of the images out of it, and I'm stamping them with my Misti Tool onto some Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock, and I stamped those with Gina K Designs Jet Black Amalgam ink. I'm going to be trying out the Nouveau alcohol markers today. These are new markers to me. This is going to be the very first time that I use them. I really like that they come in packs of 3 and that they come at a very good price point. Now, I stamped a lot of these images. I didn't even show you all of them. I wanted to stamp a lot so that I could color a lot, so that I could get really acquainted with these markers. That being said, I'm not going to show you all of the coloring in this video because literally I was coloring for 3 hours, so that was kind of hard to edit down. So instead, I'm just kind of showing you a few of the images that I actually end up using on the card. I wanted to say a few things about this stamp set because I think it is really cool. It's a very versatile stamp set. Number one, the first thing that I think is totally awesome is there are these stamps in the set of little outfits, and those outfits will fit right on top of any of the animals. And when I say any of the animals, I don't just mean the animals in this stamp set, because there are actually 2 other stamp sets in this release with little animals like this. And those sets have outfits and accessories that will work with this one as well. So that's the second thing that I think is awesome about this stamp set, how well it coordinates with the other stamp sets in the release. Now, I'm not saying that you need all 3 of these sets in order to make awesome cards. I made this card today with just one of the stamp sets. But I'm also not saying that you should get all 3, because all 3 of them together is pretty awesome. One last really cool thing to mention is there is a sentiment stamp set in this release, which coordinates with all 3 of the animal sets. If you're really into scene building, these 4 stamp sets together are fantastic for that, so I highly recommend checking them out. Alright, so as for the coloring, I really enjoyed using these markers. They gave me good coverage, they blended pretty well, and I like the colors. Like I said, I was coloring for about 3 hours, and I really enjoyed it. I found it very relaxing. These markers come with a bullet nib on one side and a chisel tip on the other. Now, unlike some other alcohol markers, these ones are not refillable, but like I said earlier, the price point on these is really good. A pack of 3 of these is about $5 to $6. So if you're curious about them, you could totally just buy one pack for $5 and try them out and see how you like them. You'll notice as I'm coloring that I used a lot of different colors for all of the coloring, but in the end I decided to pick out all of the images that were pink and all of the images that were more blue, and I used those on my card. I think that this is mostly because the outfits on the 2 animals that I colored had pink and blue, and I really wanted all of the images to kind of go together, so that's why I went with those colors. Once I finished with all of the coloring, I cut out all of the images. Now, for most of the images, I left a white border around the edge of the image, but for the 2 outfits, I decided to cut right up against the line so that when I glue them on top of the animals, it kind of looks like they're part of the same image. I'm using Nouveau Deluxe Adhesive in order to put all of these pieces together. I gave the little bunny an ice cream cone and the cat a cupcake, and then I added some party hats. For my sentiment, I picked out a happy birthday stamp from the Celebrate Sentiments stamp set. I stamped that with VersaFine ONYX black ink onto a large strip of white cardstock, and then I adhered that strip onto a panel of patterned paper. Next, I added some dashed lines around the edge of just the patterned paper side of the panel with a white gel pen. I'm going to be making a larger card today. This is a 9x4 card size. I really needed that extra length in order to create the scene that I wanted to make. I glued down the cake in the very center of the card. I'm kind of treating that white panel of cardstock as if it were a tabletop. I decided to pop up the cat and the bunny with some foam tape. This dimension helps to create that illusion that these two characters are standing in front of the table. I glued down the rest of the images in the scene with a mixture of liquid glue and foam tape. I did try to keep those images in groups of 3 because odd numbers are just more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I adhered this entire panel onto a card base, which is also 9x4, and then I moved on to the finishing touches. First, I took a white gel pen and I added details and highlights all throughout the images. Next, I took my Nouveau crystal glaze and I went over the entire balloon, the 2 cherries on the cupcakes, and then the little circles on the cake. Now, I wanted this card to look like a little girl's dream party, so of course it needed some sparkle and shine. So of course I had to take out a glitter brush and add a whole bunch of sparkle, and then I went a little bit crazy with sequins. These sequins come from the coconut ice sequin mix from Lucy's Cards, and I added them all over the background. After that, this card is all done, and I think it really looks like a party. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you really enjoyed this card design using some of the new products from Tonic Studios. All of the supplies that I used for today's card design can be found in the description down below, and remember that anytime you use one of those links, you're helping to support this channel at no extra cost to you. If you enjoyed watching today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I come out with new videos every single week, and I'm going to be back with another one really soon. Again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll catch you next time.